Good morning, I'm Ingo Zimmer, Director of Clinical CAD/CAM for Sirona Dental, and we're live here at the Chicago Midwinter Meeting, streaming a panel with esteemed guests here. We have on my left Dr. Rich Rosenblatt.
Well, pleased to be here. Esteemed, I feel very...
Esteemed, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I actually was more addressing that to Adam Busch. We have Adam Busch, the CEREC Product Marketing Manager at Sirona with me. I want to talk a little bit about Zero World. We had our great party last night at the House of Blues. You both have been there. We had a great time.
So good.
Well, a lot of great costumes.
Rich, you had the greatest. You should have worn your pink bow in today.
I don't know what you mean. There was no pink bow.
Listen, there's pictures.
Yeah, it was a great party. We had about 2,000 attendees at the party. The mood and the energy was fantastic. Live band. It was great. And it's a result of all the CEREC user events we came up with from CEREC 20, 25, 27. You have been to all those events, right?
I've been a CEREC user for 13 years. So
you've spoken at most of them too.
I've spoken. I've spoken at every one of them so far. Yeah. And to me, being in the Midwinter for so long too. Yeah. You guys were the crown jewel for so many years of doing that House of Blues party, and then it went away when you started doing everything. Started going towards the big events, the 25, the 27, which are in their own place insanely epic. Right. But bringing this back was like that old school groove, and you walk into that place, it was that familiar, you can't wait to see what's going on, and you had all those great superhero things up and down the walls, and the band was dressed up in superhero costumes, and I mean that was fantastic. Oh man, it was so good last night.
Why do you think it's so successful? What makes these events so successful for us?
I think number one, I always say it, I've been very fortunate to do a lot of things with Sirona over the years, and one of the things I love about you guys is it's a mirror of kind of how I feel about myself in dentistry. Mm-hmm. You're very passionate about what you do. Mm-hmm. You kind of bleed your passion into your product line all the time, but yet I'm kind of known in the industry as the one who wants to have a lot of fun. And so you can go out, let your hair down, whatever you can. My hair is kind of gone, but
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I know you really let it down. But just to go out and really have a great time and just be. It just is the inclusion of that community, sense and stuff like that. There's nothing else in dentistry to me that what you guys encompass as far as education and entertainment. It's really fantastic.
And I do remember, CEREC 20, 25, and 27 and a half certainly was more of a users event. We had a lot of users, but then at CEREC 30 we had a lot of non-CEREC dentists mingling with the owners.
I loved that aspect of it. I thought that was such a wonderful, I try to tell people all the time, and they'll come up to me and ask me about CEREC and why do I do it, and they'll tell me what maybe their barriers to wanting to not get into it are, and we have those discussions all the time. And I said, why don't you come out to an event and just see how amazingly helpful the community is. My standard line is, it's the most pay-it-forward community of people I've ever met in my lifetime. And because instead of feeling the way that dentists do, which is competitive, worrying about the guy next door, I hope the guy next door to me gets a CEREC machine, because we speak the same language. If I need something, you feel a bigger sense of camaraderie, because you're doing things in a way that kind of a little bit different than everybody else, but I love it,
No, absolutely. What was your most memorable moment from CEREC 30?
CEREC 30. Well, I think for me, selfishly, when getting to speak at those events is always an amazing honor. You never know if you're going to get asked, and so I never know, and so you get asked to go, and they put you in a decent sized room, and just watching. Somebody sent me a picture as I was getting ready to start lecturing, and it's just filled to the gills, and you're just blown away that somebody actually wants to hear and listen, and then hearing the great feedback. It's something that to me, I take a lot of pride in trying to make people enjoy sitting in a room for an hour and a half and giving up their time, so I want to give something back to them. And so that to me, on a selfish level, was very memorable for me. But I think just the most memorable thing was the very first day, before the event even started, walking down to where the breakfast area was, and this sea of people. Because I remember CEREC 20, and we probably had, 1,500 people there, right? Maybe then at CEREC 25, it was probably double that, maybe a little bit less, 2,000 something, and then it got big, and then all of a sudden we had 6,000 people and it was like a country of people wandering around this place with an energy about it that was. It's very hard to describe. You can feel it. It's like I always say, New York City is my favorite plate city in the world,
Yeah.
because it has a heartbeat when you walk around the streets. That's what being at one of these events is like to me.
Yeah.
You know, you're not walking around like, listen, you see a show like this,
Yeah.
and we know so many people because we've been doing them for so long,
Yeah.
but people who just come up, their heads are down, they're kind of walking, trying to
Yeah.
avoid eye contact with vendors.
Yeah.
Not us.
Yeah.
It's coming in, the hugs, how's the family,
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
and it's all of that camaraderie,
Yeah.
and that's what you see at one of these events. And bringing in the people who don't have it, who are prospecting, should I or shouldn't I,
Yeah.
and seeing that was so much fun for them to say, I got it.
Yeah.
This is something I didn't even know
Yeah.
was possible in dentistry
Yeah.
as far as the community.
Yeah,
So
no,
you think
absolutely.
it's easy for people to assimilate or to be part of the community?
Oh God, I mean, it's so, between, local stuff, like I run a gigantic study club here,
Right.
so there's lots of us that run localized study clubs, and I have a 500 plus person study club
Wow.
and we do 7, 8, 9 lectures a year just locally. I'm part of SericDoctors.com, so we have not only Spear Education where we're doing courses down there, but we have this amazing online community where you have a question, you put it up, and within 5 minutes,
Yeah.
people are answering questions for you. You never feel like you're practicing alone, and
Yeah.
it's always.
Or even a case. You
A
upload a
case.
case and then say,
And
what would you guys do here?
I was just seeing, like, I saw my buddy Darren O'Brien walking by, and somebody uploaded an implant case, an implant veneer combination case, and he's like, give me 5 minutes, and he puts it on his computer,
Yeah.
designs the case, and puts it
Yeah.
back up for somebody to show the video of here's what you can do.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, can you send me what you did?
Yeah.
And then he
No,
actually sends
absolutely.
the case back. Who does that?
Yeah, no,
We're not getting
absolutely.
paid to do
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
Yeah.
We do it because we pay
Yeah.
it forward.
Yeah, no, it's a great
you know,
sense of community,
I love that.
education. It's
Yeah.
just phenomenal, right? And now we're growing, out of just a CEREC user track, we're growing out into more different tracks like orthodontic, implantology. Do you want to talk about that a little bit for the upcoming event, Zero World?
Yeah, I think it's huge that we're having tracks that are specific to assistants, for that matter.
Oh.
To get those guys speaking the same language
I
in an
love
office.
that.
And some of these new workflows, like the zirconia workflow, things like that, to be able to teach them how to get from A to Z in a very quick manner, so they're more efficient for you
No doubt.
in the practice.
Yep.
I know
So they
doubt.
don't have to look for you around the office during certain times. They can
Yeah.
just do the process, get it done. You come in, seek the restoration. For a lot of doctors, that's what they want, and this is an avenue that they can do that.
As a clinician, it makes me so happy that that's where you guys are focusing a portion of what you're doing, because I mean, you guys know, for a couple of years I was actually doing assistant training because I thought it was and I still do think it's a lost block of an important block of creating success in the CEREC office.
Yep.
Because we've all, as a doctor, you go to a course by yourself and you're all jazzed up about what you learned. Hey, I took an occlusion course, and you come back and you're like, hey, I'm going to take, we're buying these articulators and we're doing this and we're taking face bows, and the team's like, what the heck is he talking about? And then they like start plotting, hey, we need lots of emergencies in the second column. We need them to forget that he even took a course.
Yeah.
And instead, if we kind of bring them in and give them the skill set to be able to do that, that just almost ensures that office is going to completely succeed and take their office financially in a direction that they don't even know is possible, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And they're not locked into a track either when they come to these events. So an assistant could be in any class that they want. Anybody can choose, the doctors can choose whatever tracks that they want, whatever classes they want to attend.
Yeah.
So everybody gets the knowledge that they need and want.
Huge.
Yeah,
I
what-
think
what
it's
do you-
very important to offer really the top-notch education, but also the entertainment part. As you know, we're a little bit famous for that, I would say. So
we need to blow off steam. We need to
little
blow
bit
off steam.
Work hard, play hard.
party, but
Work hard, play harder.
So how did you like the announcement yesterday when Michael Oggins was on stage?
One
to say
Republic?
We will have One Republic
Love
at
that.
Zero World.
Listen, I'm a music guy, so I mean, some of you guys see me on Facebook. When I travel so much speaking for you guys, so about 40 weeks a year I'm gone, and when I'm home I have 3 kids, and my kids love music, so we do concerts, so we, to those kind of things, like I love Train, and to have Train last year. I mean, that was
a great concert, wasn't it?
Holy moly, he was so great, bringing people up on stage. It was just, it felt like if he was a dentist, he'd be a CEREC dentist. That's the way I kind of felt when he was up there.
Taking
Taking
selfies,
selfies,
It was
everything.
so good. I'm
Yeah.
like, he really embraced everything we're all about, and that to me was, it was so good. So I hope whatever we do next time, or One Republic comes in, that they have that same, like, their music's great. Hey, let us be a part of what's going on, and my God, it'll be so good. So
Oh,
good.
that's fantastic. Now we're looking forward to that great event. We have, the greatest entertainment, the greatest speaker, and Dr. Rich Rosenblatt will join us too. So we're really looking forward to that.
Looking forward to being there.
Absolutely. So thank you for watching here live at the Chicago Midwinter meeting. Thanks for tuning in.